Next video calculation for size of exemplary. Given, calculate the capillary rise in the glass tube 2.5 mm diameter when immersed vertically in a water and mercury. Take surface tensions. Given the surface tension of water is given as 0.0725 Newton per meter and the surface tension of mercury is given as 0.52 Newton per meter in contact with air. The specific gravity of mercury is given as 13.6. The specific gravity is given as 13.6. And the angle of contact is given as 130 degrees. We know that whenever that is not given, we can take as it has been taken as 130 degrees. Whenever it remains constant, the specific gravity is always remains constant, it is 13.6. It should be remember one 13.6. Solution. Given diameter of tube D is equal to 2.5 mm, that is equal to 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Surface tension of water is equal to 0.0725 Newton per meter. Given data. So, sigma for mercury, surface tension of mercury is given as 0.52 Newton per meter. Next. Specific gravity of mercury is given as 13.6. The specific gravity is given as 13.6. Now, we know that the given specific gravity is given. The specific gravity is given. How can you find out the density means? You know that specific gravity is equals to density of fluid by density of water. Density of standard fluid is water. Now I can take as density of mercury is equals to 13.6 multiplied with 1000. Density of water we get 13,600 kg per meter cube. 13,600 kg per meter cube. It has 13,600 kg per meter cube. Now capillary rise of water. Whenever we have to take water, theta is always remains 0. You know, using the equation H is equals to 4 sigma rho GT. 4 sigma cos theta by rho GT. Whenever 4 sigma cos theta by rho GT, substitute theta equal to 0, we get 4 sigma divided by rho GT. That H is equals to 4. Sigma is 0.0725. Rho is 1000. 9.81, diameter is 2.5 to 10 power minus 3. From that H is equals to 0.01118 meter. By taking in terms of centimeters, we get 1.18 centimeter. Next, this is an capillary rise. This is an capillary rise for an water. Next, given mercury. Mercury is a denser fluid. The denser fluid, viscosity is more. Now theta is equal to 130 degrees. Using the equation H is equal to 4 sigma cos theta by rho GT. That is equal to 4. Sigma is given as 0. Sigma is given as 0.52. Sigma is given as 0.52. Cos theta is 130 degrees. Rho 13,600 divided by 9.81. D is given as 2.5 mm, that is centimeters later 2.5 into 10 power minus 3. దాన్ని బట్టి మనం H క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసి H ఎంత వస్తుందంటే -0.004 మీటర్. -0.004 మీటర్. -0.04 మీటర్, that in centimeters మారిస్తే when you are converting to centimeters we get -0.4 centimeter. H is equals to -0.24 centimeter. ఇక్కడ మైనస్ దేని ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుందంటే the negative side indicates there will be capillary volume. Minus indicates there will be capillary. Next concept is about compressibility and bulk modulus. What is meant by compressibility and bulk modulus? Compressibility is a reciprocal of bulk modulus. Compressibility is defined as the reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity K. The bulk modulus is indicated with K, which is defined as a ratio of compressive stress to the volumetric strain. It is defined as K is defined as, that is nothing but bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is defined as ratio of compressive stress to the volumetric strain. Now consider a cylinder fitted with a piston as shown in the figure. Considered with a piston as shown in the figure. Now we are applying pressure P. Now the volume of the cylinder has been Boson reduces. Consider the volume of cylinder is equals to V here. Consider the volume of cylinder is equals to V. Whenever the volume of cylinder is V, whenever the pressure has been increased, the volume has been Boson decreases. That decreasing volume is equals to dV. Whenever the pressure increases, there may be a decrease in the volume. That volume is equals to dV. Now swept volume is equals to V. That means original volume is equals to V. Change in volume is equals to dV. Let V is the volume of gas enclosed in a cylinder. V is the volume of gas enclosed in a cylinder. P is the pressure of gas when volume is V. Now let pressure is increased to P plus dP. Now the pressure is goes on increases here. Now pressure is equals to P plus dP. Now change in the small pressure is equals to dP. The volume of gas is decreases. We know that whenever the pressure increases, the volume is goes on decreases. Now that while decreasing pressure is equals to V minus dV. The decreasing pressure is equals to this becomes V minus dV. Then increase in pressure is equals to dP. Increase in the pressure is equals to dP. dP indicates increase in the pressure. Decrease in the volume is equals to dV. Decrease in the volume is equals to dV. Volumetric strain. You know that volumetric strain is nothing but change in volume by original volume. Change in volume by original volume. Minus indicates there may be a decrease in the volume, that is by minus dV. Volumetric strain is equals to change in the volume by original volume. Now you know that bulk modulus is equals to K is equals to increase in the pressure by volumetric strain. Increase of pressure divided by volumetric strain. Increase of pressure is dP. Volumetric strain is minus dV by dV. That is equals to minus dP by dV into compressibility. Compressibility is defined as 1 divided by K. Compressibility is defined as 1 divided by K. Compressibility defined as the reciprocal of bulk modulus. Compressibility is defined as the reciprocal of bulk modulus. Next concept is about surface tension. What is meant by surface tension means the intensity of molecular attraction per unit length along any line in a surface is called as surface tension. The intensity of molecular attraction per unit length along any line the surface is called as surface tension. That means nothing but the tensile force acting per unit length is called as surface tension. It is denoted by symbol of Greek letter sigma. It is denoted with the symbol of Greek letter sigma. Sigma is sigma. SI unit is Newton per meter. Force, tensile force, Newton meter. Length, force per unit length. Now consider the derivation for liquid droplet and the bubble. Consider the small spherical droplet of liquid of radius r on the entire surface of droplet. The tensile force due to the surface tension will be acting. Consider small spherical droplet of liquid of radius r. Consider a small droplet radius r on the entire surface of droplet. The tensile force is due to surface tension. Will be acting. The tensile force is always acting along the surface. That is, let sigma is the surface tension of a liquid. P is the pressure intensity inside the liquid. R is the radius of droplet. Let droplet is cut into two halves. The forces acting on one half will be, now droplet has been cut into two pieces. I am cut into two pieces. It is a bubble, it is a droplet. Bubble means two concentric circles, maybe a droplet, small droplet. Now the surface tension is acting along the surface, along the circumference. That is 2 pi. 2 pi is the circumference of a circle multiplied with sigmas. That is, and the pressure and the pressure is acting along the surface. The pressure is acting along the surface area. That is area multiplied with pi r square multiplied with delta. Due to the pressure, the bubble has been collapsed. Due to the pressure only, the bubble has been collapsed. The bubble pressure is acting at the center. that the area is nothing but pi r square is the area, delta P is nothing but change in the pressure. Similarly, for a bubble, I am taking the bubble 2 times. There will be 2 sphericals are there for half of a hole. 2 into 2 pi r multiplied with sigma s, and the pressure is acting along the bubble. Pi r square multiplied with change in the pressure. The tensile force due to the surface tension acting along the circumference, already discussed, it is acting along the circumference, and cut into the 2 equal halves. Now sigma, that is equal to sigma into circumference, that is equal to sigma into 2 pi r, sigma multiplied with 2 pi r. Pressure force on the surface on the area, that is equal to pi by 4 d square, pi by 4 d square, and that is equals to, in place in terms of pi by 4 d square as pi r square. Pi r square or pi by 4 d square is the area of a surface. Pressure P multiplied with T multiplied with pi r square. But because I am taking in terms of radius, దీని radius లో తీసుకున్నాము, దీని కూడా radius లో తీసుకున్నాము. These two forces equal and opposite under equilibrium conditions. రెండు forces ని ఈక్వల్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఇది డ్రాప్లెట్ కి, ఇది బబుల్ కి. ఈ రెండు forces ని ఈక్వల్ చేస్తున్నాను, దాని నుంచి డెల్టా పి కాదు. That is 2 pi r multiplied with delta, sorry, 2 pi r multiplied with sigma is equals to pi r square multiplied with delta p. Now delta p, change in the pressure of a droplet is equals to inside minus outlet. P, change in pressure is equals to inside minus outside is equals to, now by calculation, by cancellation, we get as 2 sigma divided by r. Sigma s indicates the surface tension. 2 sigma s divided by r. Similarly, for a bubble, we get as 4 sigma s divided by r. Why? Because 2 in, by calculation, by there may be a multiplied with 2, we have to multiply with 2 here. 4 sigma s divided by r. A hollow bubble, like a soap bubble in air, has two surfaces in contact with air, one side, other side. Thus, two surfaces are subject to the surface tension. In a bubble, two surfaces are there. Two surfaces are subjected to the tensile forces. That's why we get bubble, for bubble, delta P is equals to 4 sigma divided by r. రెండు డ్రాప్లెట్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి 4 sigma divided by r. Problem on surface tension. Find the surface tension of a soap bubble of 40 mm diameter when the inside pressure is 2.5 Newton per meter square above atmospheric pressure. Solution. Given diameter of bubble D is equals to 40 mm. 40 mm means 0.04 meter. I am converting in terms of meters. Pressure in excess outside P is equals to 2.5 Newton per meter square. For the soap bubble equation, P is equals to 2.5, that is equals to, P is given as 2.5. You know that P is equals to, for a soap bubble, P is equals to 8 sigma divided by D. 8 sigma divided by D. 8 sigma divided by D. Why? Because diameter ఇచ్చారు కాబట్టి soap bubble observe చేస్తే మీరు soap bubble the D, R place లో D by 2 substitute చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, 8 sigma divided by D అవుతుంది. You get 8 sigma divided by D, then when sigma is equals to P into D divided by 8. Now sigma P is 2.5, D is 40, 40 into 0.001, 40 into 0.001, that is 0.004 only, divided by 8. We get sigma is equals to 0.00125 Newton per meter. The units of surface tension is Newton per. This is about the surface tension as well as the compressibility as well as